Good morning. Rodney Johnston. How? Rodney Elizabeth Johnston, how? What? Thank you for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving an anus its wings for 50 months? Rod, are we dying? I am... Wow. Right? Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's just crazy. Ow. I did not tape my hand today and it hurts, but yesterday was pure hell, so here we go. Dude, I have sub 50 months ago been trying to ban him ever since. Poor Rodney. Strahd, you fuck. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving any swings for 18 months.
Our second child is born. The long pig will be delicious.
50 months? Wow. Good morning. Just having a crisis. It's fine. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sweating. It got hot out of nowhere. The weather here is so weird. I swear. It was less than a week ago. We had hail this big, and now it's 85 degrees at 8 in the morning, and it's hot already. This place is so weird. Also, my poor boy has the bubble guts again, so he's laying in bed with Zach. Not Zach, the dog. I don't know what the fuck Trick gets into. But every once in a while, he wakes up, and I can hear his stomach. Like, across the room, I can hear, like, and I'm like, ah, fuck. And he knows. It's funny, because it's happened to him a couple times, like this stomach ache thing. He eats grass or something. And he knows what to do. He crawls in bed with Zach, rolls on his back, dick up, and just waits for us to rub his belly. It's the cutest thing, but also it's really sad because he cries. Like, I just have a panic attack when like a minor panic attack when my dogs are in pain. But you'll be rubbing his belly and he'll go, oh, and it's like a person, like when you have a bad gas bubble. And I just want to make him feel better, and it makes me feel so bad. I know. They were outside all day yesterday digging in the dirt and probably ate some dirt or something. But if you've ever had an animal be in pain, like, I don't know what, it just is the worst feeling because I can't communicate with them. Like, it's so different with a human because I can at least try to communicate, but with my boy, I'm just like, I can rub your belly. I don't know what to do for you, you sweet fuck. Shall we cheers? Happy Faded Friday. I got some weed. Did I get new strains? I think I did. Hold up. I think I got at least one I haven't tried before. No, I haven't tried either of these. Okay, so I got Mimosa Jealousy. I just go by the names. TSG Kate, bitch. I cannot believe you sent me so many weed seeds. Girl, I have been showing them off every day on stream. You spoiled me fucking rotten. Rotten. Literally spoiled me rotten. I feel I've never in my life been in possession of such high quality weed seeds in my life ever. Like, no shit. I hit up C Nemois because I was like, so what the fuck is that, Viana? I have no idea what that is at all. So what I was telling C Nemois, just to finish my thought really quick. What I was telling C Nemois is I have all these amazing weed seeds from Kate now. And last year when I grew my weed, it was basically like a very half-assed effort. I just happened to have seeds that I picked out of weed, did it, it worked, I got weed out of it. I'm gonna actually have to take it seriously. Like, I want to take it seriously. I'm actually gonna get, like, I have to get all this stuff to grow it now. I'm really excited, though. You spoiled me fucking rotten. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So, Viana says there's a pop-up happening. Help ClassyKatie qualify for Plus. Suggest upgrading your sub? What does that mean? I don't know what Plus is, and I don't think I need to be upgraded to it, so don't worry. Fun story. I went to the doc because I was having pains in my lower abdomen. I laid down. They were checking me out. They were prodding my abdomen. They poked me in one spot. I felt something shift. I farted. The pain went away. The doc ordered an abdominal CT scan. Wait, did the scan come back with anything, or did you seriously just have the worst fart? It was with the latest update. It's the Partner Plus program for the higher cut. Oh, okay. So, thank you, Barilla, for those 500 biddies, you generous fuck. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know why that pop-up's happening. We're, like, technically not allowed to talk. I mean, it's literally in our contract. We can't talk about our income, but I already get a 70-30 split because I'm awesome, so don't worry about it. I'm one of those rare freaks that never loses their partner manager and never gets contacted, and I just keep all my shit, and I don't know. I think I just fly delicately under the radar and no one notices I'm here, and I just just keep what I need to keep. But yeah, if you're getting some pop-up and you're worried about me not getting plus, I'm already in it. I've had a 70-30 split for at least 6 years now. Yeah, so, like, for real, if you're like, oh my god, are we not doing enough for Cass? No, you did plenty. I'm great. I'm doing fine. Don't worry about whatever that plus is. I know, Chronicle, it's, like, we've talked about that before. Like, I've talked about that with other Twitch people. Like, they can't make that shit. And it's all so public nowadays anyways. Like, you can look up any Twitch streamer's stats and figure out what they make. Like, it's all public information. Cheers. Oh, fuck, do I not? I think I left my lighter. I have this one, but I think it's almost dead. Oh. Yeah, cheers. Oh, that's nice, Rage. Lovely. But why won't they take it out, David? You don't need it. I mean, if it's causing you issues. If I got oral for 5 days, I'd wonder what the fuck was going on. Yeah. Our proprietary payment method with streamers, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, technically, and this is just me speaking from a I don't know point of view, technically, I don't think it's a partner program. So I'm not even just technically, I am not an employee of Twitch. You know? How do you say that? Like, I don't know how much they can really, like, tell us what to do when it's a partner program. I don't know how do you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to describe that. Ooh! I would like that. Gimme. Do you have it? I haven't seen that one yet. I'm surprised Legally didn't pop up for me. I've actually had my eyes out for it. I'm a contractor, thank you. Yes, a 1099 contractor, yeah. That's the term for it, thank you. Good morning, how are you, love? Yes. Let me move this music over. We love Legal Eagle. He's hilarious. And I love the guests he brings in, like other lawyers who are super fucking smart. Good morning, Lizzie Love. How are you? Yeah, contractors, so like, I don't know technically how much they can tell me I don't know. It's all public information. I don't give a fuck. I already get a 70-30 split and I have forever. Please don't worry about me with some fucking Partner Plus bullshit. Sub if you can, don't if you can't. Thank you so much. That's it. Dude, Lizzie, I got new strains that I'd never tried before. The one I ground up this morning is Mimosa Jealousy. It's allegedly 26.5% THC. Who knows? And then I got Unleashed Alien. The names are always hilarious. It's allegedly a sativa and allegedly 26.39. God damn, the writing's small. 26.39%, yeah. It is. It does smell sweet, citrusy, no shit. That's what I'm smoking right now. It smells like a creamsicle. Like, it's not like that sharp citrusy smell. It's got more of like a subtle, like creamy, I guess, but not. Oh, that's why they won't do surgery. Oh, okay, that sucks. Yeah, when you sign contracts, most of the things aren't enforced, but the clauses are in there just in case they want to have a reason to get rid of you. That's pretty much every business ever, though, right? I love Wedding Cake. It's such a fucking good strain. Streamers are independent contractors, so they pretty much can only kick you off their platform. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I think our community we just slide right under the radar and it's perfect. No one notices we're here, but they do. Like, every time I go to a con, every single employee of Twitch knows exactly who I am, and I don't know how. And I don't know why. People I don't know, they'll be like, oh my god, ClassyKatie, and I'm like, am I in trouble? I try to stay away from you people for a reason. I just want to be in my safe little pot corner. Oh my god, it's also my mother's birthday. David, you just reminded me. That's how I know it's my mom's birthday. It's also David's birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. My voice is already fucked. This is your day to have a lot of fun. We're waiting for the celebrating. This is your day. So happy birthday to you. Oh, it's broke. It's gone. It's dead. A little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man. Dude, Lizzie, right? I've said that before, and like, that is no good morning, John. No shade thrown at you Geminis out there. But my mom is a Gemini. She's like a box of chocolates. You just never fucking know what you're gonna get. It's the best. Dude, right, Viata? And if one of you fucks gets us noticed, can you just not? I like our happy corner. It's very pleasant. How would one fuck a voice? You'd have to have a dick long enough to reach the voice box, which I'm sure is possible. I don't want it, but I'm sure it's possible. Rod, it's actually, like, non-jokingly been stuck. It is permanently stuck in my head. Like, I find myself, like, in the kitchen cooking dinner, like, I put a little dirt in my pillow for the dirt man. It's done. It is so stuck in my head now. It's such a stupid, good little beat. In the way that my sister isn't just a Scorpio, she is the Scorpio. I feel that. I feel that, like, in Pisces. Like, I hate how much of a fucking Pisces I am. It's just like, would you like an emotion? Immediately. It's the worst. Not a fan. I'd like to give it up, please. Scorpio and Sag, dude, honestly, it's a weird, like, coincidence, I guess. My whole life, I've always had Scorpios and Sagittariuses around me. My sister's a Sag. Some of my best friends, like, throughout my entire life. Like, if I look back, almost all of my best friends' birthdays were in November. Very specifically November, and they were always Scorpios, and I don't know why. Like, all of them. They're awesome, I guess. I get along with the kinks, I guess. We go well. Dude, yes, wait, which one is it? I think I'm going to come. Of course I do. See, Lizzie, so is Zach, though. I love keeping a good Taurus around or someone similar because you guys you teach us how to chill. I feel like I get taught how to slow the fuck down, and Pisces, you know? If you're unfamiliar, there's a really cool term. It's called rythme, and it stands for basically this mechanism where fish, their circulation doesn't work unless they're constantly undulating, like sharks and shit. They have to constantly move to have circulation. Pisces, are you Pisces rising as well? Damn. Also a Scorpio, I'm saying. It's not like I noticed it when I was younger, but looking back on it, all of my friends' birthdays were like in late October, early November, all of them. To this day, some of my best friends. I don't know what it is. Scorpios are the shit. Every single meme is like, loves staying at home and eating and winning arguments. Dude, for real. Loves being right, loves to stay in bed, loves to be cozy. Every time I see a Taurus thing, I'm like, Zach hates astrology, but also Do you want to know who's snuggling in bed right now? And no shade, I want it. Like, I am infinitesimally jealous of people that can relax. I want it so bad. And that's what I'm saying. I try to maintain a good population of like chill people around me because they teach me to slow down. Because I can't. Like, you put Rod and I together, it's like Pop Rocks. I don't think we've sat in each other's presence outside of a car. You gotta have those chill people that are like, sit down. It's okay to sit down. You can actually be active sitting down. It's crazy. I know. Wild. Some Pisces, I mean, I'm not, astrology, we're not, I don't be all end all by astrology, but in general, like I've associated my like constant twitchiness to that. I don't know if that's real or not. I think Pisces are characterized by being intuitive, creative, and very overtly emotional. Like, if you're emotionally choked up, I will cry for you. Like, I feel like that's the most general memes and shit I see about Pisces all the fucking time. I know, Sarah, this is your baby. Cheers. In 39.5 weeks after my dad came home from Vietnam, you were a hello dolly, baby. I love cancers. Fuck cancer, but cancers. Cool. My ex was a cancer and he fit it so fucking well. Like, maintaining a safe, happy home. Like, the home must be your safe zone. Make it a safe zone. Like, very much so. I love it. I literally made the group of us take, like, hold on. Take, like, a 2-hour bus just so we could sit and observe the road instead of the quicker underground route. I mean, you're the one who got us to... Remember when we were trying to fucking find that graveyard and we ended up walking, like, over 2 miles? And my ass just kept going. Like, I won't stop to think, like, maybe we should get an Uber. I'll just go forever like an idiot. You gotta have people around to slow you down. If you're like me, it's important because we hurt ourselves. Dude, Sarah, same. I mean, I'm so glad I'm not the only one because seriously, the sheer amount of times that I have just had a good, I don't know, 60-second cry at my back door looking at Instagram. Shit hits. Like that thing I sent you the other day, Sarah, that, like, you know, someone out there that you haven't seen in 5 years wants your presence or whatever. I just wept. And then I get over it and I move on. It's like I need it. It's almost like an emotional purge a couple times a day. Like, I just need to get it out a little bit and kill it or something. Yeah, you're alive. You're 6. My sister, I think I've told you this. My sister, Sarah, the one you guys have seen before, she is exactly 9 months to the day from my birthday, from my 4th birthday. So we're 4 years and 9 months exactly apart. I'm March 3rd. She's December 3rd, both born on Thursdays. Like, my parents saw my pink and purple unicorn themed birthday party and thought, let's fuck. Okay. It was also the last birthday party I ever had. A cathartic cry, yes. Yes. And it's emotions you don't even know are there. It's like, I don't even realize they're there. This is true. I hate cancers, love crabs. Cancer, it's so, I feel bad for people who are cancers. Like the astrology sign, because it's so synonymous with a horrible killing machine. Like, you gotta specify. We don't hate cancers. This is a cancer. Yeah. Mishy, no. Some people don't like it. I'm not kidding you. Some people don't have a cry movie. What's your cry movie? I have 2. No shit, Rage? Oh my god, I do it. I don't... You know what's crazy? I didn't cry for years. Man, I think I was like in my 20s the first time I had like a real genuine cry. No shit, it's so weird. I can remember my dad's funeral. I was 7. That's why I say it's weird, because that was a really long time ago. But I remember his funeral, and I remember looking at my sisters, and I have 2 older sisters who are way older than me, so they have kids. No shit, one of her kids is 4 years older than me. It's wild. So I have 2 nephews. One is younger than me, one is older than me, but they were all there, and they're all bawling. I remember looking around the church, and just everyone is crying. And I was 7. I just have to remind you, I fake cried. I very clearly remember being like, well, I'm not fitting in. Weird. Exactly. No shit. Exactly 1.5 years. That's beautiful. Hub's the same way. He'll decide to do a thing. His brain comes up with a path to do it. The number of times I've stopped him and said, if you do this, it'll work better. And he's so shocked. Me. Because once you create the path, your brain stops working on other ways to do it. Like, your brain's like, no, we did it. So even if a better idea is out there, it wouldn't even pop up. Someone else, it's like how I talk about asking for help. And I'm sure your husband probably deals with the same shit. It's like, I will be sitting there like with a vice balanced on my knee against a wall, holding 3 pieces of leather together, gluing them. And Zach will come out and be like, babe, do you need help? And my brain will go, yeah, I do. Oh my God, what a good idea. And I'm not being sarcastic. It just does not occur to me to ask for help. My feral instinct is do it alone. But not because I'm embarrassed or ashamed. I just don't even have that. Like, it's not there to ask for help. I don't have that. It's missing, which is so fucking weird. Probably made me a dank RT, because you have to kind of be violently independent to do that job. But it's kind of embarrassing sometimes when people suggest it, because I feel stupid, because I'm like, I didn't even think to ask you. It's not that I'm embarrassed or ashamed or anything. It just didn't even fucking occur to me. And I'm so glad you're here to help. Like, there's a really, oh God, what's that? Is it Fight Club? I think it's in Fight Club when they're on the airplane. And I was born in a leap year too, Kate. No shit, I was due on the leap day. My mom was in labor with me for 78 hours or something. Disgusting. Yeah, I think it's in Fight Club. There's a line where Edward Norton is talking to Brad Pitt, and Edward Norton is like kind of dancing around, like, I don't have anywhere to stay, my apartment blew up, whatever. And Brad Pitt's like, just ask. Man, just ask. You need a place to stay? Just ask. And he asks, and he says, is it a problem if I stay at your house? And he goes, is it a problem for you to ask? And that shit kills me. That line is like a knife to the throat, because I'm like, but what if I didn't think about it? Like, my instinct would be like, find a car to sleep in. I wouldn't even consider the fact that someone had a home I could sleep in. It wouldn't even be there. I would die. My wife and I are 365 days apart. No shit. And oh my God, you're 1 day apart because of the leap year. I didn't even read the beginning of the message. I just saw the leap year part. Shut the fuck up. You're 1 day apart because of leap days. That's kind of awesome. I kind of love that. I got my mother's celebration of life coming up in like 2 weeks. Oh. I hope you get a good cry out of it. For real. It does feel good to be able to dump your brain sometimes. My stepdad's big 3 are Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I love water signs. Oh my God, I didn't even realize those are all water signs. I did not. I just put that together. I love water signs. Y'all are lovely, but put all that water in my ex-army boomer from the East End. He's less of a fountain flowing emotion water and more of a room that's got so much condensation it's a bit moldy. That was so well put, Lizzie. That's how I feel when I'm emotionally clogged. Musty. Damn. More cry songs? No shit. My cry movies, Selena, Frozen. Selena's definite, though. I don't know why. I wasn't like a diehard Selena fan. I mean, everybody loved Selena. She had a beautiful voice and was wonderful. But that movie destroys me. That, if I hear that end song, the late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. I can't even sing it to you. I would just start to cry. It's immediate. It's like a trigger song. Rent. Thank you. Rent. Man, that's a good one. That immediately got me. No shit. Dude, Rage, that's a real talk. That happens a lot. I think I've told you guys about that, but we get people in the ER sometimes who are really short of breath and they think they're having like an asthmatic attack or something. And we do a CT scan and their lungs are up here and the shit is up here. Chronic constipation is one of the worst things like plaguing humanity right now that no one, it's like, taboo to talk about our poops or whatever. So people are like ashamed to go ask for help and it can lead to really big problems. I'm glad you shit. I mean, who doesn't cry at the Neverending Story? You're soulless if you don't cry when our tax goes down. That's sick. Oh, Land Before Time. Land Before Time is such a fucked up cry movie for me. I haven't watched it in like 10 years. Like that is, like if I was 10 years constipated emotionally, I'd pop that one in. Motherfucking tree stars, my dudes. What even with that? Just Good morning, Glut Love. How are you? I loved that movie we watched last night. By the way, we're watching Godzilla tonight in the Discord if anybody wants to hang out. It's literally like we just do Discord watch parties every night. It's a drop in, drop out. We're all in silence, just memeing at each other. Feel free to drop by if you want. But tonight, we're starting an hour later than normal. So instead of 5, we're starting at 6. And we're watching Godzilla. They're just going to be sick. But last night, we watched Blades of Glory. And then because we were watching dancing videos yesterday, Glut was reminded of what was it called? Take the Lead. And the cast was stacked. Like I'm in line for like a step up kind of like dance movie, like a 90s dance movie with a bunch of no names. No, stacked cast. Like, and really emotional. I mean, I cried a little bit. I wept a little bit. So good. The new Godzilla. I'm so sorry. New Godzilla. Godzilla. Is it -1, +1? -1, right? It's the new one. The new one that just went on Netflix. Yeah. I went and saw it in theaters. It was amazing. On the opposite spectrum, my feel-good movie got to be Spaceballs. Oh man, I have literally my feel-good movies would probably be anything by Ghibli. Spaceballs is good though. It's Star Wars. I would watch Star Wars. That's feel-good to me. Harry Potter, still, because I don't allow that fucking cunt to have anything to do with it. But those are like my, if I'm feeling sick or feeling gross, I put those movies on and just like melt into my bed on my side and watch them with one eye. That kind of, I feel better now. Those, yeah. Any of that. Oh, A Little Princess or Secret Garden. No words. Those two. Those good calls. Easily. Yep. Young Mary, and then, I mean, almost all of her dreams, honestly, when she's hearing her cousin, like, screaming in the halls and stuff. What's Jeff Cella? I don't know what that is. Yeah, the newest one is Godzilla versus Kong, but, like, oh god, I saw the preview for it. That one's not out, though, right? That one's not out to watch outside of theaters, I don't think. Motherfucking taco! Hola, muchacho. Happy Faded Friday, you fucks. Good morning. How are you doing? It is approximately 9:56 a.m. We are efficiently high. I hope you are doing wonderful. Oh, that's the Devolver show. Why is it called that? What is that word? Why would I, what is that word? Did someone just make up a word? Am I an idiot? The Little Princess gets me more. Secret Garden isn't so much of a cry movie as, and I'm sure you can identify with this one as well, it's more of like a movie I put on when I'm feeling melancholic. Which sounds very poetic and very way cooler than I ever am, but I know you know what I mean. Like there are Taco! Taco, thank you for gifting a sub to Icon Hasnit. Hasnit! Sup! Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and enjoy your emotes. Thank you so much for being here. I fucking appreciate you. It's just the name of it. Wow, I had no idea. I've never heard that word. I feel a little out. I love Devolver. I've never heard that word before. I must just be an idiot. It's fine. It's a dumb word. Did someone just make up a word? Thank you, Crayon. I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, did someone just make up a word and they're like, yeah, we're gonna put Jeff and Chella together and make people believe this is a thing now? Like, no, that's always been a word. You're dumb. No, it's not. No, that's not always been a fucking word. Taco, thank you so much for gifting us up to Lisa. Lisa, use butt was the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. And enjoy your emotes. Hail Satan.
10. Hail Satan. Wait, who's your favorite? Wait, who is the favorite?
Was I being mean to someone? Jeff Chella? Is that a person? I don't know what that is. Oh. This is my first cup of coffee, okay? Who's you, Peely? Cool. This weed might be better than I thought. I promise. I'm not that. Hail Satan. Satan. Morning, everybody. Welcome. Video, what the fuck? Dude, you and Rod hit a 50 month today, and I'm just kind of having a heart attack about how time has... How? That's a lot. That's not minimal months. Like, some people learn the English language in that time. Thank you for some of the class, keeping the classy alive and giving any swings for 58 fucking months in a row. I fucking appreciate you. That's a long... Yeah, how? Time is a social... You know, Sarah, I don't know if I've ever told you this, dude. I got to hang out with a really smart...
Want to come inside and see
one of the math, like, combat devs over at ESO one time. Really smart. Like, they do the math for everything. And we were talking about time because I'm that kind of stoner. And he said something that has fucked me up my whole life. Ever since I heard... This was like 7 years ago. He said, what's crazy to me is that time has always really existed. It just needed someone to perceive of it. I don't think he knew I was high. But that's a social crime. How? It's never... It haunts me now. I know! Rude! You don't just throw shit around like that with stoners in the room. Like, we can't... Yeah, time has to be perceived to be real. So, like, it did exist, but didn't? I don't know. You know what? Right, David? But at the same time, they don't really pass. We're kind of experiencing it all at the same time simultaneously-ish, because there's no, like, linear line to move along. This is why I was really bad at physics in school. I passed, but I could not wrap my head around those concepts. My brain is just like, I still have a hard time realizing that our, like, solar system isn't just this pleasant circle of planets going around the sun. It's actually a spiral that's slowly... Is it expanding or is it getting smaller? It's basically a funnel doing this. That shit still hurts me. I need to stop learning sometimes. There needs to be someone around to be like, Katie, that's not for you today. Because my brain, it's going this way then. Yeah, it's expanding in a funnel. It's not, but it is doing that, but in a spiral and going out. It just is. I'm not smart enough for that. That's too much conceptualization for me. Wrap my head around just the physicality of the universe and how time and space kind of, like the whole concept of time, like it kind of has always existed, but not really because it needed someone to perceive of it to exist. Ah. Ouch. That shit. I'm not smart enough to comprehend it, I guess. I keep asking a why that I just don't think I can get an answer to. Because no matter what answer there is, I'm still like, I don't, what? No, go more. Yeah, it's Schrodinger's cat. You're not wrong. It is. Yes. Time is relative. Yes. Like a tornado. I just recently, in the past 6 months, learned all about tornadoes due to these fucks, and now I'm scared of them. Like, I've always had a very sick, anxious uneasiness around strong wind. I don't know why. Even just hearing it, I'm like, ugh, what is that? I don't like it. And I like, movies and shit feed us these like funnel things coming from the sky and they pick up a cow once in a while. No, they're like miles wide and move 265 miles an hour. Why do you live there? You know you don't have to, right? You could live with volcanoes instead. Come on, at least we die when the disaster hits. Fuck! That's F5, the finger of God. You just need to be higher. You know what? Robo, have you ever had? I actually have had some pretty crazy, like, epiphany, like, ideas and thoughts that are great while I'm really high. Like, I've written them down and read them back to myself when I'm sober. I'm like, no, that's actually, like, really insightful. But it's only happened a couple times. It's not, like, guaranteed, I don't think, when I'm high. At least I don't know when it's happening. But I realized it one time and I was like, whoa. It was something. Get some help. Stop it. Stop. Get some help. That shit is so scary. I'm actually really scared of them. And then seeing the results of those tornadoes. Yeah, rage is definitely part of that. Many of these fucks broke me with tornadoes. And now, like, I'm actually kind of scared of them. When I hear about tornadoes nearby, I'm like, oh, that's horrifying. Cool. And I lived with fucking, like, East Coast horrible weather and West Coast horrible weather. Tornadoes are still scarier. I'd take an earthquake over that any day. Dude! Oh, Lisa, have you seen the trailer for the new Twisters? 'Cause same. Twister, like the original, is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's great. Again, did not scare me, did not educate me. I don't know, I loved that movie as a kid. Like the pop can balls that they throw up in it, that's iconic. I went and saw some movie recently where there was a longer preview of Twisters. And it quite literally opened up with this dude who is like the quintessential, like, tan surfer asshole. And he's like, we don't need none of them PhDs in technology to do what we do, and just drives a basic ass pickup truck into a tornado with his buddies. Like, wow! Which, because of all these fucks, I know is hyper unrealistic, super bullshit. No one does that. The only people that do this literally go into tornadoes with tanks. I've seen it. Seen it with my own eyes. All three of them. You know what I'm saying? It looks so bad. That's seriously, Robo, I was going to say that. Like, the first thing that these fucks dropped on me when we were watching Reed, which is the amazing guy that builds these tanks to actually, he goes into tornadoes to study them. He doesn't go into them to jerk off and be cool and get women. I mean, he probably does get all of those things, but he's actually, like, super smart. And Reed Timmer, thank you. One of the first things these fucks dropped on me is he's got a PhD. He's insanely educated. He, like, how many years built up to that last tank video we watched of him going into the tornado? It was like 11 years of research and testing and trials and failure until they got this. Yeah, like 10 years. It's just, and then I saw this Twisters commercial. I'm like, it's so bad. The first one was so good. I mean, it was corny and there was a lot of misinformation, but I think they at least took a tornado seriously. I feel like this movie is going to get some young, it might cause some, what's it called? Natural selection. He got his PhD in 2015, took him like 8 years. No shit. He's been chasing for over 20 years. That's the way it should be. See, that he makes me feel safer about what he does. This movie was just idiot. I mean, just the preview was idiotic. It was so dumb. And it's like the educated person in the movie, this is all in the preview, this is all in the trailer, is like this cute little blonde girl who's a lot shorter than him, and every single scene of them, they're like this. And she's like, you need education to study wind. And he's like, I don't need smarts because my dick is in your butt. Oh. It's really bad. I came back and bitched about it immediately. I was so mad. But that's, you know, the exact scene I'm talking about. It's like, you watch it and you're like, no one talks this close to each other unless they're about to fuck. I love air. What the fuck is happening? I don't know. The least we could do if we're going to do shit like that is, I would love a movie like that that's like theatrical and maybe some Hollywoodness, but actually teach me about tornadoes. Because again, I associate it to the medical stuff that I bitch about all the time. You guys know I have history working in medicine. Like, these directors never impress me because they can't even fantasize the shit I've seen that's real. And now that I've seen real tornadoes and real fucker going into tornadoes in a tank, you can't impress me. I know what people actually do is more impressive than your badass in a pickup truck. You're just stupid. It's similar with medicine. Like, what an actual code looks like is way more impressive than your paddles shocking a dead heart. Which is inaccurate, no one does that. Like, literally, the paddles wouldn't let you. I told you guys this yesterday. The little AED, whatever, AED? The machine voice will go, no, stop it, you idiot. Get the fuck out of the room. It's like literally hooking up a car battery to a stake. What are you doing? It's stupid. But no shit, every video you have shown me of Reed Timmer has been exponentially more exciting than just that one preview of them trying to impress me and get me to go to the theaters to watch this fucking Twisters movie. Real shit is more impressive. I don't know why they just don't do it. Everyone knows a nurse or a doctor or someone in medicine. Everyone knows someone is connected to something. Just ask. It took me maybe 60 seconds just then to explain why we don't shock a dead heart and how it's literally impossible. The machines won't do it. You couldn't do it if you wanted to. You can't. They won't let you. But in the movies, they do it every fucking goddamn moment of my goddamn life. There's no pulse. Get the paddles. What? Do you want to, just in case anyone hasn't been here for one of my previous pitches of bullshittery that happens that pisses me off, the paddles don't exist anymore. We have stickers that stick here, and they have cords coming off of them that go to the machine, and those stickers go ba-bonk, and they do it. What that ba-bonk does, it stops your heart. Ba-bonk, that's to stop your heart. With the hopes your body will kick in to a healthy rhythm. So, like, if your heart's already stopped, what is ba-boom gonna do? How long did it take me to just teach that to you? Less than 3 minutes. And yet not one fucking film director in the world can fucking do it to this goddamn day. I just watched something recently in theaters and they shocked a dead heart. Are you fucking dumb? I mean, no shit. I'm not, that's exactly it. I think they all watched Frankenstein when they were 3 and they're like, that's how it works. Lightning. That's gotta be it. I don't know. Cause no shit, not one life-saving machine, whether it's one from the hospital or one that's just in a Lowe's or something, will allow you to even shock a dead heart. It won't do it. She'll say, no, continue compressions. And if you don't continue compressions, she actually records every single movement via those pads that are stuck onto the patient. So if you don't continue compressions, you can be sued because you let that person die. Follow the leader. She knows what's up. She or he, whatever voice comes out of that thing. I don't know. It sounds like Siri. Frankenstein's monster, yeah. Frankenstein's monster was basically a zombie, right? Have you tried turning it off and letting it reboot? That's Stromlin, that's exactly what it is. I've made that joke before, no shit. The thunk with these that don't exist anymore, we have stickers. That quite literally is, have you tried turning it off and on again? No shit. We have drugs that can do that as well. So we usually, like, if you're in a weird rhythm, heart rhythm, AFib, etc., we have drugs we can give you to see if your heart will go back into a natural rhythm that actually, they do the same thing. They stop your heart. We're killing you. Like, that is literally, I mean, according to medical definition of death is your heart no longer beating. That is medical death. We're killing you with the hopes that your brain will kick your heart into a healthy rhythm again. So if a heart's not beating, what the fuck is this doing? Nothing. Again, that took me 5 minutes. That's a total of 5 minutes, and I explained it 3 times. Why is it so hard? You know, the little box bitch actually screams clear if she's gonna shock. No shit. Because this happened, Robo, I cannot tell you. I've probably seen it 5 times. Where what happens is, because everything's conductive, right? You've got these huge pads on this person, and if she senses a rhythm, she will say, discontinue compressions, and then you'll stop, and everybody waits, and usually someone's checking the pulse at the same time. She'll read the rhythm of the heart, whatever the fuck it is, and that voice, that box, will literally say, shocking in 3, 2, 1, clear. You've got 1 second, and every single person in the room does this, but every once in a while, someone keeps their hands on the rail bar. And within 1 second, they are, puh! Just on the other side of the room. It is wild. It blows them. And it always happens. It's the bar. And honestly, it's because so few hospitals even have metal bars or metal railings on their beds anymore. It's usually like transport gurneys or beds or whatever that we're moving people from the ER. Those will be older and have metal bars. Most of them have like huge, I'm sure you've seen them, like big old plastic sides that on one side we have 1,000,000 buttons and it's actually got a slot to stick your fucking like catheter piss bag in. It's pretty crazy. Like these beds, they even auto drive nowadays. So like there's actually a pedal at the head of your bed that we can kick. So it starts to auto drive so we don't have to use our body weight to push the entirety of these beds, because they're just the bed alone with all that technology in it is really heavy. It's wild. Wait, what if you're deaf? So I don't believe you can work in medicine if you're deaf. You probably have to work in research. For so many reasons. I don't think you can. No shit, I'm not being facetious. I'm trying to think. You know what? Deaf people could probably work in areas of the hospital like pathology and stuff like that. Just areas where you're not dependent on immediate orders being barked at you. You know what I mean? Because I don't see any reason why they would be excluded from working in a hospital other than, you know, emergent just areas where you can't depend on everyone knowing sign language. Like, unfortunately, I know pie and gravy because I'm an idiot. Like, that's all I've got. Each their own ability, 100%. There's absolutely, I believe there's like characteristics that follow certain paths in the hospital. Like certain personality types absolutely drift towards various specialties. And see, Lizzie, I'm not kidding you. I worked with a baby doc who had a cochlear implant, and that's why I'm questioning it. I think it's probably at a certain like, you know how there's hearing tests and stuff like that. There's probably a certain level of hearing tests that you have to pass just to be able to basically communicate with, because, you know, there's big old points if you're bilingual, multilingual, if you work in a hospital, et cetera, et cetera. The more you are apt at communicating, the better off you are. So any interruption in the communication process probably has to be assessed. Like, is this going to affect the patient's life? Like, are you going to mishear what that patient is telling you and fuck them up or something like that? But I've seen cochlear implants almost completely restore people's hearing. Like, to, you know, as good as it can, I guess, to the point where they're completely communicable. They're completely able to communicate verbally. Not communicable. That's not the word. Same with vision and stuff, exactly. Like, I've seen people literally with Coke bottle glasses and contacts in, and I'm pretty sure it all has to do with, like, does it interrupt your ability to do your job? So, like, as an RT, I probably couldn't have a hearing impediment at all, because 90% of my job is based on me hearing a pager going off on my waist or something that's usually on a really low tone because I work night shift, whatever, or hearing someone scream code from the other side of a unit. And then I run. But we are literally like a makeshift code team. If your hospital doesn't have a code team, that's our specialty. And in that moment, in that room, I have to be able to function. That's why I don't know. It's just a personal opinion. But I think a lot of RTs are very ADHD. I think it's just natural that we drift that way because we thrive on paying attention to 90 things at a time instead of just one thing at a time. One thing at a time, I'm going to pass out. I'm asleep. Like, I'm so bored. But sitting in that an active code at the head of the bed, I'm intubating, I'm maintaining airway, but I'm also paying attention to everyone taking pulse counts. I'm listening to the AED things screaming at me, no pulse, continue, compressions, blah, blah, blah. I'm listening to what drugs they're giving at the same time. And I've got to take all that in. while actively intubating or tracheing somebody or something like that. And I am able to, and it's like I feel no stress in that situation, but I don't know if I couldn't hear well. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, we don't judge people on glasses. I think it really is just will it impair your ability to heal a patient? Which, in the case of a cochlear implant or like glasses and stuff, you're trying to take care of the problem at least. Or the problem, you know what I mean? I know now because of arrhythmias, I can't do CPR anymore until I get ablation. Oh, dude, you have to get an ablation? No shit. Fuck. Did you like pass out doing compressions or something? Oh, that's terrifying. What's the difference between an ophthalmologist and an optometrist? What is it? I was trying to think of like a word play about 100K a year. No, that's good. Dad jokes. My dad is king at the dad jokes. I get it. I love them, honestly. You know what my dad's favorite joke is? I love that one. No, I was going to say, Pat, I was kind of the opposite. I oftentimes kind of put myself on compressions if there was another RT or something there, just because I'm fully aware that I'm really tall. And the taller you are, it's just a fact. The taller and bigger you are, you're going to do better compressions and you can do them for longer. Because it's not about really strength. It's about the weight of your upper body being thrust with straight arms directly onto the sternum of another patient. And I've watched like the short people try to do it and they exhaust so fast. Like they wear out so much faster than I would. So I'm like, if there's another RT there, I'll give them the head and I'll take over compressions and shit like that. Just because I know it's easier for me. I know I can go longer. No shit, I have hearing loss, but wear hearing aids. There are some careers I couldn't do. So basically, yeah, it's basically like a career that would like if any of that interrupted the daily activity of it. But other than that, yeah, my mom, no shit. Robo, I don't know why I didn't even think of this. My mom has hearing aids and she still works as a respiratory therapist. She, her hearing loss is a result of like, you know, she's actually turned 71 today. I got to call her for her birthday, but no shit. She was like, I guess this was a thing when she was a kid that you didn't oftentimes go to the doctor for a an ear infection. So her and my Aunt Ethel both are deaf in one ear completely and really hard of hearing in the other because of chronic ear infections that were just never assessed because they didn't take kids to the doctor for it, I guess. I don't know. So they just like lived with them and it would destroy their eardrums. So like my mom has hearing aids in both ears. She can kind of hear in one, hear way too well in the other now. She's really annoyed by it. But she works as an RT. She works, well, you know, she retired like 2 years ago, but she works PRN constantly still. It's not strength, it's technique. I'm tall but small and keep up with most people. Dude, for real. It's tall. I think it's tall. I don't think it has anything to do with like, when I say small, I meant short. But just having this torso to be able, because you know, if you don't know, when you do compressions, you don't want to bend you're not bending your arms and you're not doing this. You're doing this with your waist and your hips. So you're not depending on the strength of your arms. You're depending on the weight of your entire upper body being thrust down with straight arms like this. And I feel like just when you're taller, you've just got more to thrust. Giggity. Pun intended. Yeah, Lizzie, can we put money down now that they're never going to retire and we're literally going to have to walk them out in their walkers one day? Like covered in fluids. It's not strength, it's technique. Exactly. Yes. Most people bend their arms and that's how they mess out. That's how I honestly, I don't know how anybody does. Like, even if fucking with a doll, like a mannequin, have you tried that? You don't get anywhere. You don't go anywhere. I don't move the chest at all. I guess maybe because I have no upper body strength at all. But if I do this, that nothing happens. Nothing. It doesn't go anywhere. See, it's a medical personality, I think. People that go into medicine, they need to feel critically needed. And no shade. Like, none of us are perfect at all in any way, shape, or form. But I've noticed this because all my aunts are nurses, my mom, it's in the me. They need to feel needed. And the moment you retire, no one's needing you all the time. And you got to fill that void with something. And so I think they're like, well, I'll just work 1 day a week, which is one 12-hour shift, by the way, 1 day a week, which turns into 3 PRN days a week because they'll take any day because they're retired and they don't give a fuck. And they're making bank because they're retired. There's something about taxes at least in Washington, where she makes more now that she's retired, but she's making the same amount of money an hour or something. I don't know. Still doing virtual rounds online. I think it's a thing. They just can't not work, which I understand. Hi, Timon. Good morning, love. How are you? When I was a child, if you had an earache, my mom would blow cigarette smoke into the affected ear and then trap it in there with a cotton ball. I didn't think there was anything on par with a dad's, show me where it hurts. And you found it. You found it. You found the mom version of, I'll give you a reason to cry. Holy shit. Well, no, you've watched It's Always Sunny, right, Viata? If you haven't, it's ridiculous. I get it. But there's a scene in it with Charlie. I think it's Charlie and Mac. And one of them has a stomach ache or something. I can't remember what it is. Something's wrong with him. And the other one's like, man, you just got to start smoking cigarettes, but suck it into your stomach. The smoke will kill all the bacteria and you'll feel better. And Zach and I make that joke a lot. Like, it's a dumb, but I'll be like, my tummy hurts. And he's like, you just need to eat some cigarette smoke. Start smoking and it'll get better. I can't remember the exact clip, but it's pretty good. And it's like, Mac's mom is just this crinkled old, she reminds me so much of my grandma, but she just chain smokes 24/7. And Mac is so like, hey mom, how are you? I love you. I've missed you. How was church? And his mom's just like, yeah. That's her personality. Like, all of her lines are basically, shut up. And it's so quintessential. It's just beautiful. It's so like, well played. Oh, no shit. Over here, mom makes less now that she's retired for working. Wait, did they take more, like, in taxes or something? That's fucked. Dude, Pat, you should. Why not? Fuck that shit. Well, I mean, Lizzie, yours and our country, I believe, are the two of the worst in terms of, like, established countries with cost of living crises. Like, I talk about it all the time, but the statistic in the US is that there is not one place in the entirety of the United States of America that you can afford to rent while being paid a full-time minimum wage. Not one. It doesn't exist. Not a legal place. That's discounting, people renting a room illegally out of their house or something, but that's insane. I hope my country feels shameful for those stats, and I think your country deals with similar shit. It's fucked up. No shit, my stepdad's 70 and still a 24/7, 365 foster parent. Man, they just can't, I think it's good. People need help, and I'm glad there's people out there, but also, wow. Timon, shut up. It's your birthday? Oh, tomorrow. Oh, happy early. Remind me and I shall sing you happy birthday. I was going to say, you would be the third today, which would have been wild. She gets her pension. You can only earn a certain amount, and the pension is bullshit. Wow. My parents are making, he wasn't go on it. They were like, you can game and be paid 80% of your yeah. Yep. When I worked at, multiple hospitals, honestly, there was always a few employees that abused that system horrifically. And I swear to God, there was one person I worked with, and I don't know if this is all over the US, but it was called FMLA, family something leave of absence or something. Basically, if you get super injured and you can't work, it protects your job, so they can't hire someone to replace you permanently while you're away healing. But there was someone that just kept using it over and over. Like, they would call in sick 2 out of 3 days a week. Because, we work 12-hour shifts, which is only 3 days a week. They would call 2 out of 3 days a week-ish. And it was it was excessive. And I was like, what is wrong? Like, trying to be compassionate about it. Like, if you seriously are this sick, like, you need to go somewhere. Go get checked out. And my employee, my co-employee, whatever, looks at me and goes, oh, no, I sprained my ankle like 6 years ago. I just used this to go gardening with my husband and fishing. So, like, you can just reapply for it every year based on spraining your ankle 7 years ago at home, not even at work? Yeah. I was irrationally angry about that. And that's why it's hard for anyone else to get it. Fuck my life already. Yeah, Family Medical Leave Act. Thank you. That. Not the #1 country with the lowest standard of living, but the one that dropped the fastest. Oof. No shit, rage. When I was working at Hopkins, they yanked the pensions out from under people's legs. It was horrific. The first year I worked there, so I wasn't even offered a pension. They weren't offering them to people by that point, but there were a lot of people who had worked there 40, 50 years to have a pension. And the first year I got employed there, they straight up just sent these people an email one day who were like, what was it? I think you had to be 6 months away from retirement or you had your pension pulled. It was horrific. No, they don't. In our country, you don't legally have to offer a pension at all. Hopkins doesn't even have a union. No shit, Lizzie. It's the worst paying hospital I myself and many other people I have spoken to who work there have ever worked at. Have ever been paid. Ever. It's horrific. Because they don't have to, because their payment is their name on your resume. It is. It's the Disney. It is. And it's a catch-22 because I don't regret working there, even though I was paid absolute shit and I was starving and I couldn't afford anything, because that hospital has so much fucking money that I learned everything an RT can possibly fucking do. It was such an education experience. Like, and that's why the Hopkins name on your resume, it's not just like I went to Harvard, when in fact the education's the same everywhere. It means, oh, you worked at a hospital for X amount of years that has everything, and I learned it all, like ECMO, etc. Like everything you could, I dove my ass into, because I was like, if you're not going to pay me, I'm going to steal this education, and I'm going to go off with it, and then not work as an RT ever again and play video games online for a living. But I feel good that was like a great experience in that. And because Hopkins has that prestige, the weirdest shit comes there. So I saw some of the most absurd procedures and surgical reconstructions and stuff like that just, and I got to be a part of the very first woman to man transition genital surgery ever at Hopkins. Not ever in the world, but at Hopkins. Like, and that shit doesn't happen at little community hospitals. That shit doesn't happen otherwise. And that is like such an incredible experience. Like, I couldn't get anywhere else. So I don't ever regret it, but it is horrific. Don't go to Hopkins if you already know everything. You're not going to get paid anything. And they're going to take a lot of your pay. Maryland is horrible. Half the reason it was terrible is honestly Maryland takes like 30% in taxes, because all the rich fucks that work in DC live in Maryland, so they fuck your taxes sideways. That was the worst, honestly. It wasn't that bad of a paycheck, except that your taxes were just like butt fucked out of you. Right? Robo, I think everybody should, if possible, have some level of backup plan. And that's why every once in a while Zach asks me, I was just actually looking it up. I have to do some continuing education, whatever, because my license needs to be renewed by March of next year. And he was like, I just don't understand why you keep doing that. Like, why? I don't think you'll ever go back, right? And I'm like, contingency plan, man. It gives me a level of peace. And it, like you guys know because you watched me do it, the literal blood, sweat, and copious tears just to get this medical degree. You would have to tear it from my weed eater shredded fingers. It is mine. Period. Like, I mean, you guys know I've told you, like, you have to go to school first. I went to school for 9 years, which was disgusting. And then you have to teach yourself wrong medicine to pass all your clinical boards. And then you have to go back and teach yourself right medicine again, just so you don't kill people in the hospital. So much crying. Just that, you know, that, like, fucking frustration level of crying where you just get so mad you just start to weep? That. So much, which is, again, why I keep all my medical books. Like, I worked too hard for it. And it is, I mean, like, I haven't worked as an RT now for like 4 years, and I can still tell you every single event. Like, it's so, the way that they teach you medicine, this is just personally what I think happens, because it's, you guys know I have the memory of a flea. But I can whip out anything from all of my years in education or in hospitals at any given moment. You guys trigger me on it all the time. That is so, like, militantly built into my head. I don't think you ever forget it. Maybe eventually, but it's so in there. Like, I have nightmares about still working in the hospital sometimes. And that was one of the big major reasons I went and worked at Hopkins. Even though the pay was horrific, it caused me to move from Washington State to Baltimore, so far away from my family, was that by working there for over a year, it was kind of like working for, oh God, what's her name in, The Devil Wears Prada? If you survive at Hopkins for a year, you can work anywhere you want. Meryl Streep's character, yes. Didn't she play like a really, isn't there someone she kind of based her character on? Who's like a Vogue editor or something? I want to say it was based on a real person who's actually that intense. But it's literally when she makes they keep saying that to her, like, oh yeah, if you can work for Miranda for a year, you can work anywhere. That's kind of Hopkins. Because it's not just the name. Like, you worked at a hospital where you probably saw everything. Like, I don't think I ever would have seen tuberculosis outside of Hopkins. Like, that is not something you see anymore. That kind of shit. It's so specialized. Usually it gets shipped to Hawaii. We have, like, a tuberculosis clinic. Like, that kind of stuff. Anna Wintour! Thank you, Little Black Dress. Anna Wintour. Yes. Robo, yes. Oh my God, good brains. Stroke them wrinkles, you guys. Good job. Yes. But that's basically the concept of working at Hopkins. It's not, I wouldn't say you're not working for the devil while you work there, but you're not getting paid very well, so you're basically living in survival mode. And you're working in Baltimore. That's a little bit of a survival, I guess. Wicked smart, yo! Oh, my shit just jumped. Why? All my shit. I don't understand how they bailed out the banks. They didn't wipe the debt of those who were customers of the bank. Wait. When? Which time? You know, I think I saw them live fucking a million years ago, Rod. Yes. They've been around for a while, right? I'm trying to make sure it was the right band, but I'm pretty sure I saw them at Mayhem Fest, like when they first formed. It was them and Bullet for My Valentine. And I want to say My Chemical Romance. It was a pretty dank main stage, but it was at Mayhem. 15 plus years. Cool. Yep. Okay, then I've definitely seen them live and they did a really good show. Yeah, them and Bullet for My Valentine. 2 bands I didn't listen to until I saw them live. Like, I just hadn't listened to them before, and then I saw them live. I'm like, oh, shit. Dude, you're not working for the devil, but the owners definitely golf with the devil. Oh, they gargle devil semen. 100%. Like, I've told you guys about Marburg, the special Victorian tower for prince and princesses who come to Hopkins and get to have their own floor and their own private nurse and their own private doctor and guards, and I have to give them my badge every time I want to go give them a fucking breathing treatment. Yeah. There's definitely money. Oh, Lizzie. Marburg. That's the name of the tower. It is wild. I couldn't, oh my God. So you kind of walk, if you're just walking through the hospital, you walk through these entrance doors and you have to go all the way to the back like you're going to go to where the patient zones are. And then you go through these double doors that just look like big beige steel double doors like you would see in any hospital. And on the other side of those double doors is crown molding, finely hand-painted wallpaper, Victorian furniture, china cabinets with china in them, and patient rooms with like brown, wooden, solid, beautiful oak doors. It is wild. Oh yeah, the tower is called Marburg. That's the name of whoever the fuck gave the money for it. All the towers, usually towers are named after people who gave the money to fund them. But yeah, it's the wildest thing. So because Hopkins has this prestige, people from all over the world who don't have the pleasure of having first world medicine, big air quotes for those just listening, money, wealth, etc. They come to Hopkins for like when they're scared, for cancer treatment, stuff like that. And so I have taken care of so many princes and princesses. It's so weird. I couldn't even pronounce their names, but a lot of them come from the Middle East, and I'm ignorant, ex-Catholic, so I'm not going to say what the religion is, but a lot of them wear headscarves and no man can come in the room. Like, they cannot have a male nurse or a male RT or a male doctor, anything. Like, it's something about seeing their face or something like that. And so they have to have all female staff. And it's crazy because I'll have Weinberg. That was my tower, named after another wonderful Jew who did that one. That was the surgical and cancer tower, which is like a block away, literally a city block away. And I'd have to climb a bunch of fucking sky bridges to get over to Marburg. And when you get into Marburg, I have to change out of my hospital shoes, put on special booties, and give my badge to a team of guards who are literally armed guards from this person's home, wherever it is. So oftentimes they look insanely intimidating and they do not like me, but they need a woman, which I completely respect and honor. I just feel like it's really unfair to stick them in the fucking in Alaska of the hospital. I don't know what to say. Like, their treatment is never going to be as good because the amount of time it takes me to sprint there is 5 minutes. My God. But it is the wildest situation because it's seriously beautiful for, I mean, if you didn't know it was a hospital in there, like until you get to the nurse's station, you would have no idea. It's very weird, but it's all cash. If you stay there, you will probably have armed guards and you are paying cash, pure unadulterated cash to the hospital. So they give you a tower to yourself or a floor or whatever. It kind of is like medical Rapunzel a little bit. I don't know. Is Marburg a virus? Maybe Marburg is named after a virus too. I have no idea. I don't even remember how it was spelled. I think that's how it's spelled though. Marburg. I think that's how it was spelled. How are you, penis? I hope you're doing well. It is. It's a very weird situation working in those hospitals where, it's just, I guess some people don't know this, so I'm just here to let you know everyone's getting the same level of care, regardless of whether or not you pay cash, because, like, I don't know what you're paying. The nurses don't know what you're paying. The doctors don't know what you're paying. We're going to give you the same fucking care as everybody else. You're just really far away and by yourself. And it makes me feel bad. Cheers. Timon, the problem is that it's so rare that we had a patient or more than one at a time in Marburg that to just permanently staff Marburg would have been a waste of staff. Because 90% of the time they would have been sitting around picking their asses with no patients. It was just like once in a while you get one very serious patient and we'd all be stuck over there for a few weeks. And then suddenly you wouldn't anymore. It's very bizarre. I've never seen that at another hospital, by the way. Hopkins is the only hospital I've ever seen in my life that had a Victorian tower for rich people. Ever. Even hospitals that I've just visited, I've never seen that. And I'm sorry, we're going to cheers, but we just wrapped up a fucking epic St. Jude's charity. Our community, among 12 others, raised upwards of $176,000 in 31 days. Fucking crazy, right? And why I get mad and I get very passionate and why I choose to do charities like for St. Jude's is because I come from places like Hopkins, where it is very fucking transparently clear that they could do something like what St. Jude's does, but they don't. That Victorian tower could be housing sick children instead of sitting empty and wasting electricity on the lights and the oxygen being pumped into the tubing, waiting for a prince or a princess that's going to fork out cash for a broken toe. Do you know what I'm saying? I get really bitter about that shit. St. Jude's is fucking incredible. St. Jude Children's Hospital. It belongs to the children, not St. Jude. I always fuck it up, but you guys know. They're incredible. And if you don't know what St. Jude does, they quite literally house the family. They pay for all of their food, boarding, transportation, etc. They house the family near the hospital so that child is in 24/7 contact with their family and is able to see them at any given time. It's the right way to do things. And when other hospitals say, well, we don't have the funds to do that, we just have this Victorian tower that we staff and keep empty most of the time in case a princess shows up that has a broken toe. I just have a hard time respecting that shit. Cheers. Penis, you know that when the time comes, I would never keep you on a ventilator. It'll be the hardest decision of my life, but I'd never do that to someone I love. Worst nightmares fucking realized, really. Yep, if the hospital's understaffed, your care is understaffed. Exactly. Oh, I mean, and I've never seen it not. Like, there's very specific rules that are nationwide as to, like, how many patients a nurse can have on their own and be safe based on that patient's critical level. So, for instance, if you're a lung transplant or any form of open heart surgery or heart anything, that's a 1-to-1. I've seen Hopkins do a 2-to-1. I've seen the worst hospitals do a 2-to-1. Like, no one gives a fuck because they want to understaff and they want to cut these. Like, there shouldn't, you know, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions about it. We need to take a break. But before we do, I just want to get mushy and say thank you so much to those of you who hang out with me every day because you truly do, in all shapes, ways, and forms, attribute to the fact that I don't have to unplug people for money anymore and I don't have to deal with this system anymore. And I fucking appreciate you because goddamn was it soul killing. And that's not just monetarily, that's just everything. Thank you for being a part of my community and just hanging out. Monetary is bullshit. It's just being here. I appreciate you. Because there was a large portion of my life where I truly thought until the day I retired, which I looked forward to and now I don't. I don't care if I retire or not because I love what I do. I truly thought I was going to have to just, unplug people for a living. And that is dark. Pee after sex. And you hit someone's piss spot and you're like, huh, that's weirdly warm in that spot right there. That's what the wind feels like outside. Good morning, Vissy, my love. How are you? Oh, I mean, were we talking? I don't know if I'm ever talking. Was I talking serious? I guess, kind of. Oh, kind of. I was venting. I was venting about like how Hopkins is like the best hospital I ever worked at, but the worst I ever got paid at. Great hospital. I mean, you will get the best care. They have the best of the best, but man, they sure like to bend us over with but you got Hopkins on your resume. Thanks. We have a couple videos. We have a Illegal Eagle and a music. Neuro, my love, how are you? Dude, Neuro, you're not, I mean, everybody I ever know that's worked there has said it's the worst. I mean, it's the worst I've ever been paid. Ever. And that's literally what I was saying. Like, I don't take back working there because they have everything. Like, I got to learn ECMO, I got to learn hearts, like everything, how to take care of lung transplants. Like, I truly do deserve to have Hopkins on my resume. Like, it's great, but also, Jesus Christ, you get paid really bad. Yeah. Oh, no shit theory. What? Like, to the clinic, like, to stay, like, pourquoi? Hold on. I'm so sorry. I love you so much, tribe. We had a Legal Eagle to watch, and I was excited because this is about the 34 counts that Trump was accused, or what's the word? Guilty. Welcome back. I love this song. We're watching She Sells Sanctuary, right, Robo? Hold on, let me turn that down a little bit. I have two charismatics up. One was from yesterday that wouldn't play that I finally got to load, and then there's the other one, the new one. Okay, should we watch that one first, or should we watch the older one? I had one up that's her reviewing Korn, which is one of my personal favorites. I just personally want to watch it, but I'm excited. We love Liz. I mean, I will never, she could review music I don't even care about, and I'd still watch it. You know what I'm saying? Atif! Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving us anus swings. I fucking appreciate you.
That's a very long time. Thank you, dear.
Thank you. She really is wonderful. I very much love her. I'll let the song finish though, because it's fabulous. We can load bowl. Actually, it's like, can I get it yet? It's got a clog I've been trying to burn through. This is the best part. I don't know why I love that part. Disgust. I cleaned that right before stream. No shit. No. I've been trying to, like, this has such a long, narrow neck. You kind of have to, like, suck the plug. You have to suck it through like a baby on a nipple. No shit. And that's the second time I've done that today because I had to suck it through. It's fucking disgusting. Blah, blah, blah. Pause. No, I love you so much, George. We have things. I didn't know that. Covenant Laura says, fun fact, in Japan, thank you is often abbreviated to 39 because 3 is san and 9 is kayu. San kayu. I'm probably saying that wrong, but that's pretty cool. Who is this? Is it thank you? Thank you. But you pronounce, like, in Japanese, you pronounce the end of the word less. So it'd be like senkyo. Something like that, right? It's so bad. I love Variety Dawn, you know. I love this song. St. James. Are they like Tubin multi-voice singing? I think they are. I love it, man. It's fascinating to me. I don't know how they do it. It's so cool. I'd love to see that. Like an image of that in someone's throat would be really cool. The Who? They're great. They do a really good job. You can hear it. No shit. Same reason Nissan, especially in racing, the number 23. 2 knee 3 son. Oh my god. I never knew that, and I should have been able. I know at least through 5 in fucking Japanese. My god. Yeah, I never put that together. That's pretty cool. Well, I can't stop thinking about how we looked at the vocal cords of the other guy. Like, it's got to be 2 different openings, right? Like that. But also, like, part of me thinks it's a combination of them using their throat and their nose voice at the same time. Oh, I don't know what they do though. It's like up here, but also coming out of their mouth. I don't know how to do it. Oh. I can dactyl. There I go. That's all I got. They almost make their voice like an instrument. I mean, they totally do. I want just trying to do it makes my mouth vibrate and tickle. I don't know how they do it without laughing or something. Like that. If you try to just it starts to vibrate my whole fucking mouth and it tickles so bad. I swear to God, I keep getting suggested charismatic voice videos. Hold on. This song, have you ever heard the St. James Infirmary? Gorgeous song. Crazy. This popped up. I knew fuck all about elephant seals I just found. But I'm gonna be honest, someone really expected a lot. I mean, coffee is great. But the universal gift? So, I read or heard a really long time ago that elephant seals have the most drastic penis to body ratio of land animals. Of the animal universe, I believe it is barnacles. No shit. Dick to whatever. Thank you, mate. Dick to whatever ratio. Barnacles. But like the dimorphic size difference just nah. I think I'd stay in the sea or some shit. I don't know. Those giant slug motherfucks. Absolutely not. There's sea creatures that are basically just reproductive organs. That's basically like a barnacle, right? I watched, it might have literally been a Zafrank video, but it was like a rock covered in barnacles, and one barnacle over here their reproductive organ can be like a meter or something. Sea rage, I wouldn't have to imagine that because I would leave the room. I have walked out on a dick that I straight up am not willing to take permanent damage for. Like, absolutely not. I don't want to be ripped in half. I don't need that in my life. I don't have that good of health insurance. I'm American. I don't want it. No, thank you. Like, there's size queens out there for a reason. Fuck those butts. Mine's not up. That's not it. Hold on. I just thought of something. One last thing before we go, because it is almost that time, and I need to call my mom because it's her birthday, and then we have a watch party tonight. Side note, just a quick reminder. In approximately 3 hours and 15 minutes-ish, we will be watching the new Godzilla in Discord if you want to join us. -1, +1, whatever the fuck. Hold on. I mean, Chef, you are not wrong. Yep. So, very recently, on my little whiteboard I had behind me, I like to write little animal facts on it. It's on the other side of the room because I'm a dumbass and move shit around. And it said that possums have 11 nipples. They do. They have 10 in a circle and 1 in the middle. And I'm not kidding you. I swear to God, it was like the next day, Zafrank posted a video about possums. It's like they read my mind. And I want please go watch all Zafrank's videos. He's been making videos for so long. But he's actually informative. Like when he says, true facts about the whatever, there is a true facts about tarantulas that's fascinating. They are true facts. He's just delivering them in a comical way, but it's all true. It's fantastic. It's how I learned about the what is it? It's explosive duck dicks. Just go look up Zafrank ducks. If you remind me tomorrow, we can watch more. That's fine. I could watch Zafrank until forever. He is hilarious. I forgot they changed our fucking raid system. Oh, it's all so broke looking. Oh no. Oh no. Why? Oh, you know what? I want to watch Summer Games Fest, so that's what I'm gonna do. Just a reminder, Godzilla minus plus neutral one in 3-ish hours in the Discord. We're starting an hour later than normal because it's a weekend night and people wanted to, and I'm fine with that. I don't think there's anything else I have to say. I think I'm just high. So cheers, hydrate, drink your water. I'm gonna go get some fucking tacos. Pork tacos? Hmm. This is a tough choice, my kids. I'm just gonna find tacos. You get yourself some tacos and I'll see you later. Bye. Happy favorite.